Hello, today I just wanted to highlight a couple of more rules that pertain to floats. The first rule, it says the left edge of a left float cannot go outside the left edge of its containing block, and the right edge of a right float cannot go outside the right edge of its containing block. So let's take a look at the markup. So we have our container with a P paragraph. And here we have the first image that sits within text, and then there's a second image, a blue box that also sits within text. So I have my container with max width and height centered on the page, and then I'm using just two attribute selectors to target those boxes, the green box and the blue box. Let's see how it looks now. Okay, so the left is floated to the left, so the green box floated to the left and the blue box to the right. And what we have here is, so basically this rule says that following this rule our floats cannot overflow its containers. So basically the green box cannot go outside of the left edge of its container, and the container here is the P paragraph. Okay, that's the container. That's the containing block. Okay, that's the first one. Even though this is technically, it's like it's possible to like push it, force it outside the container with negative margin. Just let's just try it just out of curiosity. If we give it like 15, minus 15 pixels. But it's a very rare scenarios when we use this. Like, yeah, you see it's pushing it to the left. I mean, for design purposes, it's possible that you can use this, but I haven't seen too many examples of people using negative margins in this type of scenario. Okay, you see we can do it with negative margin, but okay. And there's a second scenario, like a second rule, that it says that the left edge of the second float that happens in the markup in the second as a second float. Say for example, in this example we have the first float is this one because it's happening first in the markup, and then there's the second float is this box, blue box. So, and the rule says that the left edge of a second float should be to the right of the right edge of first float that comes first in the markup. So basically this box should be to the right of the right edge of the of this float. Okay, so let's see how it looks. Let me adjust a little bit. Okay, so in this case, I just need to float, just to demonstrate this, I just need to float the second box to the left as well. Let's see what happens. Okay, yeah, basically what happens is, like following this rule, what we have is our floats does not, like they do not obscure each other. So they, for example, this box cannot go and like say obscure this chunk of this box. So following this rule, we just keep our floats they don't obscure each other. Okay, and however, there's an exception to this rule. It says that when the top of the second float is below the bottom of the first float, then it will go under the first float. So, for example, if we move this slightly further in our markup, say like this, let's see what happens. I think slightly more. Oops. Think even more, a little bit, like maybe here. Yeah, you see, it's going under this one, and still it does not obscure any portion of this. So the purpose of these rules is that floats, they following these rules, floats, they don't actually obscure parts of each other. Okay, that's all for today, guys, and as always, thank you for watching.